You're listening to Themes and Memes, a different kind of movie review. However, today we don't have a review for you. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron, and here with me is Adam, sitting here with me.
Hello.
Right?
Yeah, it's pretty pointless me asking you how you are because we've been hanging out for the past week.
That's right, that would be dumb.
Yeah.
We can tell right now. We're in a good mood. It's been a good trip.
It's been a great trip, yeah. It's been fantastic. I've hugely enjoyed myself. We've done lots of interesting things, and today we are going to tell you about one particularly interesting little adventure we had this week.
Yeah, well, probably a few, but yeah, one in particular stands out for the podcast, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
As listeners may be aware, we often talk about the connection between the military-industrial complex and Hollywood. So the way that the military influences films, and that is done via the Hollywood Liaison Offices. And
based out of Los Angeles. And before we get any further, I guess we should just say we're in California now.
Yeah.
Because I live in California, in Orange County, and you came out to visit.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, we just kind of glossed right over that. You know what I mean? I just want to flesh that out a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. I mean, so I'm halfway through moving to New Zealand from the UK, where I've been for the past 8 years. And I thought, well, there's a great opportunity to stop off in the US on the way home and stay at Aaron's for a week.
Yeah.
And we did lots and lots of interesting things. We got lots of interesting video. And my gosh, we've got a lot of stuff coming up in the works to come. But today, again, we're going to tell you a little story.
Yeah, storytelling time about the trip. It's been a good trip, yeah.
Yeah.
And we've sort of taken this opportunity to make the trip relevant to what we do here on Themes and Memes. So that's what we're talking about with the military-industrial complex and the entertainment and all that, because the entertainment industry is based out here in LA, obviously. Everybody pretty much knows that. And when the military works with the entertainment producers, of course, they got to be within proximity. So what did we do, Adam? Let's get on to the story now. Let's get right into it.
Well, yeah, what happened is we became aware through investigation and research and I think some help from some of our friends.
Tom Secker sent us the actual address to this place that we went. Yeah,
that's correct. Yeah, so we actually managed to pin down the location of the Hollywood Liaison Offices for the different branches of the Pentagon. So you've got Air Force, Army, Marines, Navy.
And Coast Guard, too, was in there. Yeah, they were even in there. That was a little bit of a surprise.
That's right. And so what we decided to do was to try and pay them a visit.
Yeah. We're like, hey, we're here. Why don't we go say hello at least?
That's right. And it was quite an interesting experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really cool. The whole thing turned out as good as I think it could have, actually, because we were in there not really knowing what was going to happen. I at least wanted to see the building. Let's go see the building, get video of the facade, because that's worth a lot right there. Just we can use that for so many different things. So we did that. We parked in the parking garage across the street. The address of this place is 10880 Wilshire Boulevard.
That's in Westwood Village, near downtown LA.
Yes, indeed. So it's just a really nondescript office building. Actually, you know what's funny? Yeah. You know where I'm going with this, right, Adam?
Yeah.
Here, you just pick it up, because
so here we are. We've been cruising around LA for a while, sort of looking at the sites, and then we started to head over to Wilshire Boulevard, and we saw this enormous, towering office block with the words Oppenheimer.
Well, no. But before that, even remember, we were coming down Wilshire Boulevard, and there's a big federal building. I was like, look at that federal building.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
It looked like something straight out of Washington D.C. With it was all white. It had the fence. It was very stark. It had the seal of the United States on their signage, and we were like, oh, that's probably the building right there. Yeah, that's probably it. And we were like, no, that's the wrong address. We're like, oh man, that sure seemed like it would have been it. Then we go a couple blocks down the street, and it's just this nondescript office building we come to.
That's right. So here's us thinking, well, if it's going to be something big, like operated by the Pentagon, etc., it's going to be that federal building.
Yeah, it should be in the federal building.
Yeah. But
little
did we know, we happened across this other big building called the Oppenheimer Tower.
Yeah.
And
24 floors.
That's right. 24 floors, 10880 Wilshire Boulevard.
Yeah, 10880 Wilshire Boulevard, yeah.
And we parked up And we went inside the building, dressed very, very casually.
Yeah. And we got a nice video of the outside before we went in. I'm like, ooh, a nice tilt up. Like, oh, look at that building. So we got video of it. So that part was done on the list. But yeah, we decided to go inside too.
Yeah, that's right. So we first went into the lobby. We spoke to we spoke to one of the receptionists.
The attendant, the receptionist, right there.
And we explained what we were doing. We said that we were looking for the Hollywood liaison offices for the military.
Yeah.
And she said that she had heard of no such thing.
Yeah, she's like, what? Yeah. And we're like, yeah, they're definitely in this building because this is the address we have for them. We're like, oh, I don't know. You can go look at the sign over there. It has the stuff that's in here.
Yeah.
So there's a sign by the elevators that had all the, didn't have all the businesses, but it had a bunch of them on the sign, and you could tell like what floor they were on. Just a directory.
Yeah.
So we went over there.
We didn't see anything, and so we decided to sort of, I don't know, peruse the rest of the building and look for other things that might indicate as to where we should be heading.
Well, no. But first of all, we looked at the sign. It's not there, and we just kind of took a stab at. Well, let's maybe the liaison office has some sort of like fake name they have on the board. Maybe it's this one. And we went up to that office,
That's right. Yeah, well, I think what it was because it said Oppenheimer on the top of the tower.
Yeah.
We thought, well, Oppenheimer, military guy, intended to do the atomic bomb. This is probably the office,
maybe they're going under the Oppenheimer company.
Yeah. We thought maybe that's a front company for what they do. So we got in the lift and went all the way up to the 24th floor.
Which was listed as the Oppenheimer company, Oppenheimer something, like Oppenheimer Trust or Oppenheimer Company or something.
Some kind of financial institution.
Yeah, it ended up being like an investment firm or something. Yeah. But we didn't know that. We were just like, okay, maybe this is the military.
Yeah, and so we just kind of rocked up there really casual.
Yeah, all the way to the top floor of the building this was. We got off the elevator, we came out, and the door opened and we could see the receptionist up there, right? Right when the door opened? That was weird.
That was weird, yeah. We walked up to the receptionist and we asked her the same question. Yeah. And there were these kind of, I guess, bankers?
Business guys. Yeah, they're doing business with the Oppenheimer company.
Yeah, giving us some pretty weird looks.
Yeah, they're sitting out in chairs, full suits, briefcases.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we were like, yeah, is this the Entertainment Liaison Office? They're like, no. We're like, and she asked, what's that? We're like, oh, it's the U.S. military. She's like, oh. Yeah. I'm like, is it in this building? And she didn't know.
No.
She didn't know about it either. She didn't even know it was in the building.
She had absolutely no idea. And so we turned around. We went back down.
We
went outside. And we
collected our thoughts. We were like, okay, what's going on here?
We batted the issue back and forth for a while, and we were kind of considering not doing it because it seemed a bit like they wanted to stay hidden, or that perhaps we'd gotten the wrong address or something.
Slightly nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it was a little bit nerve-wracking.
Because you never know when security's going to come out, or like, hey, what are you two doing in here? There was like that sort of feeling like, okay, it's hidden first of all. And second of all, like, are they going to have some kind of problem with us or whatever?
Yeah, well, to be honest, I half expected security to be called at some point.
Yeah.
Because of the inquiries that we were making.
Just
the fact we were wandering around this building.
Yeah, exactly. Just because we seemed out of place, we were wandering a bit. Yeah, just because of that.
But we decided to...
do some intel from the drugstore. We went to the drugstore around the corner, and we did some intel work to figure out what floors the offices were on, right?
We did, yes, that's correct.
So we're like, okay.
Yeah, so we found out that the offices were based on the 12th floor of the Oppenheimer Tower.
Halfway up.
Halfway up, that's right. And so we went back to the building and then got in the wrong elevator.
Yeah, we got the wrong elevator first, for floors 16 to
24.
24, yeah.
And we were sitting in the elevator that was 16 to 24, and we're going, oh, why doesn't it stop at 12?
Yeah, where's 12?
Where's 12?
And some lady was in there was like, yeah, I go to the other one.
Yeah, you got to go to the one that says 0 to 12.
Yeah.
Or 0 to 16 or something.
We were kind of like nervous, and we weren't paying attention too well, so that could have happened to us.
Yeah. But
we came back down.
That's right. And then we went to check the directory again.
Yeah, just to make sure we weren't crazy, and maybe we missed it the first time.
Each floor of the building, on the directory, had the name of whatever businesses were based on that floor. Mm-hmm. And then we got to floor 12, blank, nothing.
Yeah. There's nothing there.
Nothing written there at all.
Yeah.
And so obviously that made us a little bit more nervous. But we decided, hey, we're here, let's do it. And so we got in the right lift.
Yeah, the correct one.
Yeah.
Press 12.
Press 12, and up we went.
Yeah, and we got off, and the floor was just a standard office building kind of floor. It was multiple offices. So it was a hallway that went around, and within the hallway there were different doors to each individual office. Small offices.
And there was nobody. It was very. I'm not sure. Maybe it was just lunch hour, but there was hardly anybody there. We didn't see anybody else.
I think that was it. I think people were out at lunch. It was like right past noon when we got there.
It still had a very, I don't know, well, a somewhat clandestine feel to it, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean? There's a very sort of nondescript.
It's completely nondescript. I mean, I've seen so many office buildings that look exactly the same.
Yeah.
Cookie cutter office building. It's got the little placard on the outside that has the name of whatever it is, the plain wood door, the very stark hallways. I've seen a million times, man. So it's like, well, this is just a normal office building.
Yeah. Completely inconspicuous.
But they did have the signage. I mean, on the corresponding doors, it said Entertainment Liaison Office of the United States Navy, and then one for the Marines, and so on.
So on and so forth.
They were all there.
That's right. And so we sort of stood in the corridor for a while, going, "Oh man, what should we do?"
Yeah, what exactly do we do?
What are we going to say?
Yeah. We kind of had an idea. Like, the plan was for me to go in and ask if a representative from the office would grant an interview, if that's something they do.
And so that's what we did.
Yeah, that is what we did. So then we're kind of looking for what door to knock on. You were about to knock on the Marines. I'm like, wait. Let's do the Air Force. Yeah. Let's do the Air Force one. Man.
Yeah, they might be a bit tough,
Yeah, I wasn't too interested in the Marine one anyway.
Yeah. But, so we did that, and we went and knocked on the Air Force liaison's office.
Yeah.
And
actually, it had a doorbell ringer thing. So we pressed that.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, maybe somebody will show up.
That's right, yeah. And so eventually somebody opened the door, and there was this woman, I don't know, she must have been maybe 30s. Well,
yeah, probably mid-30s.
Mid-30s.
Probably the same age as me, yeah.
Looking really, really surprised that someone rang the doorbell. Like, we don't get many visitors
around
here.
Like, hello?
You're like, what the hell are these guys doing?
Yeah, and I'm trying to exactly remember what we said. I can't...
Well, I think I can remember roughly what you said.
Okay, paraphrase it.
I think paraphrasing what happened, so she opened the door and she's like, "Hello, can I help you?"
Yeah.
And we sort of fumbled our words a bit and went, and then finally got it together and said, "Oh, well, actually, Aaron did the talking." And he said, "Well, we understand that this is the Air Force Hollywood Liaison Office, and we're very interested in what you do here, and we'd like to speak to someone, perhaps a representative or maybe one of your PR people, and see if we can get ourselves an interview or something like that."
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And she seemed surprised and a little bit kind of not really interested.
Yeah. She was kind of like, just figuring out a way to get rid of us, more or less. But she was humoring us.
She humored us, and so she asked. She said, "Do you guys have any business cards?" Of course, I didn't, but Aaron had his.
I had a card to the website. Yeah, I know. I didn't have a real business card. Not that really mattered because I don't think they're going to use it anyway.
I don't think so.
I gave him an ageoftransitions.com card, and so they have that in there. She took it.
That.
Yeah, she took it. She probably just tossed it right in the trash anyway.
Yeah, I'd imagine so.
But she was nice. She wasn't scared of us. She was just confused more than anything.
Yeah, that was it. It was confusion.
She's like, who are these guys? Because we were just in very casual clothes.
That's right. Yeah, we were wearing T-shirts, shorts. I think you were wearing some shoes?
I was wearing just, low-top tennis shoes without laces, and a hat, a ball cap. And you were wearing sandals, for God's sake, and jean shorts.
I was wearing sandals and jean shorts.
We're both wearing T-shirts.
Yeah, and I had my little hat on as well. My little flat top.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's not that bad. That could be formal if you had the rest of the get up to go with it.
Apart from the jean shorts and the sandals and the pasty white legs.
Yeah, so, we definitely weren't there on business. Unless, well, you know what? The thing was, with the entertainment industry, it's casual kind of thing.
It's L.A.
Yeah, it's L.A.
You can't dress up in black, jeans and black shirts and black jackets in L.A., man.
So they might get that sometimes. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows, man?
But I guess the bottom line was that, she was quite confused and really not expecting us at all.
Yeah, so it's just like, okay, whatever, see ya.
Yeah, basically. So that conversation lasted about, 20, 30 seconds, and then...
About.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Might have made its way up to 40, but that's pushing it.
we wanted to film it, but that would have been pushing it.
That would have been trouble.
Yeah, that would have been
we were right on the edge of what we could get away with.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, I think we did quite a good job in that respect.
We did very good. We pushed We pushed it to the limit,
We
as
pushed
the
it to
song
the limit,
goes
yeah.
from Scarface. But it wasn't, it wasn't over the top. So we got nobody was upset. Nobody was offended by what we were doing.
I think we did it exactly what we could get away with and no more.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best way to describe it.
Oh man, if we had a camera, that'd be trouble, man.
Yeah, because
you can't. Well, it's private property. You just can't do it. You
and
can't.
especially given the fact that they have obviously wanted to remain covert and not advertising themselves. I mean, okay, you can find the address on the web.
Yeah, it's online. It's so weird. It's posted online, but in the building itself, you have to know it's there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird.
And so, they haven't listed it in the directory of the building. So if anyone's walking in there, they're not going to know in case they just happen upon the 12th floor.
And the people working in the building have no clue it's in there.
Yeah.
They don't know it's there at all.
Everybody we spoke to was like, "What? Military?
Yeah, huh?
This building?"
Yeah. When I would say, "Yeah, it's the U.S. military," they're like, "Huh?" Like, yeah, they're in here. It's really weird, man.
I think if we had tried to record, it would have been security would have been called because we didn't have like any kind of press passes. We didn't have any sort of official documentation.
Yeah, we didn't have an appointment to go in there.
No appointment. Yeah, exactly.
Well, it was cool. Another good thing was we were able to film on the exterior without getting hassled either, though, which is nice because you're not always even able to get away with that. You know what I mean? Sometimes. The security was very relaxed there, and I'm glad. I wish it was more like that everywhere, but that's not always the case.
Well, there were a lot of security cameras in that building. I did notice there was one. I'm not going to say one on every corner because it was more than that. There was pretty much every angle of every corridor was covered by.
So they could see us, and surely somebody was watching us.
Oh,
I guarantee it.
But,
what are these goofballs up to? They're just waiting in case they actually had to do something, or if they got a call, like, okay, yeah, we've seen them. We'll go get them.
We've seen the website. They're trouble. Look out.
So that was awesome. Yeah, we came out, and then we shot a little video of me saying what we just did. So we got a lot of video of things that we did in LA, so we're hoping to put a video presentation of some kind together with all of the clips and maybe have like a mini documentary of sorts. We'll see.
We've got a lot of footage. A lot. We've got enough footage to make a decent mini documentary.
Yeah,
easily.
Something quick if nothing else.
And we also so we weren't able to film this brief liaison with
the liaison
officer.
Yeah.
But we did, as you say, manage to get a few photos of the actual office doors. So we managed to get a photo of what did it say again?
I took a photo by the elevator of some of the names of the office. I think it has a Coast Guard liaison office. It's just a little sign that says what was on the floor.
And I managed to get a photo of the office name of the Air Force.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I managed to get it.
Good work.
United States Air Force Hollywood Liaison Office or something like that.
Very good. Well done, man.
We got proof.
Yeah, we got proof that we were actually in there.
Yeah.
Whether you believe we knocked on the door or not, well,
Yeah.
We did. I can tell you.
We certainly did.
We're being honest.
Yeah.
That was, we walked out of there feeling very good that we did do the whole thing.
Because it was
we had to push ourselves.
We had to push ourselves. It was kind of, what's the word? It was
nerves, tension.
Nerves. It was kind of like
tense,
it could have gone either way there for a moment.
Yeah.
We were kind of getting a bit nervous and thinking, is it worth it?
Yeah.
Should we just walk away? But we pushed ourselves through it.
Yeah, kind of both of us did a good job in that. Like, let's just do it. You know.
Yeah.
So quite an experience, man. That was awesome. I'll never forget that. Even though it's so weird, it's just going into an office, but it's more than that.
Oh yeah, and it was quite interesting to actually view the interior of the office from what we saw from the door.
Oh, yeah, we only got a peek of what the way they decorated the little lobby area.
Yeah, but it was filled with posters of this is the Air Force office which you knocked on. It was filled with posters of like jet planes and other Air Force things, like
probably
carriers
movie posters.
And there was a movie poster.
I definitely saw a flag, a U.S. flag.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I might have seen a Top Gun. Actually, no, because that was Navy.
That would be Navy, yeah.
So it was something else, some other like crazy fighter jet film.
Yeah.
The walls were plastered with these posters, very, very bright, very, very like screaming at you.
Yeah, we didn't get a very good look. I would have liked to. I almost wish we asked. Can we just look in here real quick? Can we take a look and then leave?
Take a photo from the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that would have worked out.
Yeah. Maybe if we asked just to take a look and then leave, maybe that would work. Whatever. Who cares? We did good.
Yeah, it's done now, and yeah, I'm happy that we did it. And it was quite an, I guess, an enlightening experience because this through investigating and finding the place and all the whole sort of process of actually finding the right floor and knocking on the door and all that kind of stuff. It was like what was I going to say? I think it really does. It really does speak to the fact that although technically speaking, these agencies are required to list their addresses on the internet because they're part of the government, public services.
Public thing, yeah.
But at the same time, they have gone to great efforts to make themselves clandestine and quite covert because they've deliberately not put themselves on the directory at the bottom of the elevators there. So if someone from the general public was walking along, they would have no idea.
Yeah.
And again, all the people in the building that we spoke to had absolutely no idea.
You know what? The name of the office kind of catches your eye. Like, you see the name of the Marines or whatever, United States Marine Corps, and it says Entertainment Liaison Office. So it's got the branch of the military and then the word entertainment, both of which are highly charged. It would make the common person go, what is that?
Yeah.
If nothing else, they just be, oh, that's very interesting. I wonder what that is.
Yeah, I might Google that when I get home.
Yeah.
They don't want that.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to say what they're doing there. They're just trying to keep a low profile, but certainly, they don't want people to really know. They don't want people to know the extent to which they're involved in these movies.
Yeah, absolutely not. And I do think that the not being listed in the directory is an effort to try and keep themselves fairly covert in terms of the general public and people just walking through that building. And because again, as you say, the average person might just stumble across that directory and go, "What?
Yeah,
military entertainment?
Yeah, military entertainment. Two charged words that would definitely pop out, and it would at least capture their attention. Where their attention goes from there, be up to that person.
So I think it was fairly clear that the idea with their offices is that if you haven't been invited, if you haven't been explicitly given those office numbers and addresses, you're not supposed to know that they exist.
Yeah, and you're not going to go there anyway because you're just not going to know. And those are the people who end up showing up there. We were trying to guess as to how many people did the same thing we did throughout the years. Like how many times have people gone up there knocking?
Well, I've never seen anything.
I mean, you would have to do it and then have some sort of documentary proof too. There might have been some crazy person that just did it too, and just for the sake of it.
Yeah, that's possible, I suppose. And they might have been, the question of whether people have filmed it in the past, I guess, is what I'm talking about. Because I've not seen any sort of
I haven't seen it.
Like how Alex Jones goes down to certain locations and films them and tries to get in places and gets shots of stuff. I mean, I've not seen anything like that.
You're talking about when he exposes the power elite?
Yeah. He does his thing. He did the. We went down to Rand Corporation.
Yeah. We did that too. We went outside Rand. Yeah, we gotta be honest.
Yeah,
man, it was worth it.
So it's quite interesting when you think about this whole kind of complex around LA, because you've got the Rand Corporation headquarters, which has got that big atomic bomb monument.
Yeah, it's a piece of art out there.
Yeah, modern shock art or something. I don't know.
So I don't know how you classify that thing.
Made out of chain metal.
Yeah, giant chain link.
Yeah. And so you've got the whole concept of the monument of the atomic bomb, and Oppenheimer being the person who created the atomic bomb, and then not so far away is the Oppenheimer building, in which the military Hollywood liaison offices are situated.
You're right. A lot of nuclear war references. Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah, a lot. So you see all these connections around LA. Everywhere, really.
Yeah. Oh man, while you've been here, we also did some touring of Laurel Canyon. We drove up through the up Laurel Canyon Boulevard and down up some of the side streets too, didn't we?
Yeah, we sure did.
Was that fun?
Yeah, we had a couple of. Well, we had at least one slightly nerve-wracking experience with that as well.
I was the one that was more nervous than you. I know that.
Well, you noticed it before I did, so.
I noticed it the whole time. Okay, here it is.
Oh, right.
Okay, as the story goes, we're going up Laurel Canyon Boulevard, right, and then there's all the side streets where the neighborhoods are. One of them is Lookout Mountain Avenue, I believe is the name of it. And that caught my attention. It was like, oh, Lookout Mountain Avenue. This is like the original spot, I think, where the hotel was, and definitely where that Lookout Mountain Laboratory was located at, the Military Industrial Intelligence facility that Dave McGowan has written about. So we're like, okay, let's see if we can go up here and see see if we can see some kind of the site or,
Yeah.
whatever's up here. Let's go up here.
Yeah.
So we drove up twisty-turny road, of course, narrow, residential, crazy Hollywood Hills neighborhood. Very interesting, very unique. And we decided once we got to the top, like, okay, let's park here and see what we can see.
And get the tripod out.
Yeah, well, before, we just kind of stopped and looked first. We didn't decide to get the tripod out until later.
Right. You know, when we first parked up, when we sort of got out of the car just to look around, there was a guy parked in front of us.
Yes, as soon as we pulled up and parked, there was this guy in a white pickup truck that just looked like a standard kind of like work truck, like the guy's a contractor or
I'm
something.
talking about somebody else.
Oh, you're talking about the other guys.
The other guy. There was a guy. There was a guy directly in front. Or maybe he was a couple of cars down. But he was sort of right in front of us there, and he was unloading some other kind of black car. Yeah. And as soon as we pulled up and got out, he did nothing but stare at us the entire time.
Yeah, he was kind of
looking, and I started to get a bit nervous about that.
Yeah, so I said hello to him. Like, hey, how's it going? I was trying to be friendly to like make it look like that I wasn't like shady or whatever. Because I wasn't. Yeah. I don't think I was.
Not all the time.
Yeah. But anyway, we had that to deal with. But also, when we first pulled up, as I was saying, there's a white pickup truck, just standard, that looked like the guy was a contractor driving it because it was just a plain white work truck. And he was parked kind of like on the wrong side of the road, where he's like facing the wrong side. And he just kind of pulled down ahead because there's very little parking there. So he just parked where he could. And I definitely got the feeling that he parked there because we had parked there. He's like, okay, what are these guys up to? Yeah. So he was just kind of there the whole time, hanging out.
That's right, yeah. I didn't actually notice him whilst we were actually situated.
I did.
I think I was preoccupied with the other guy because the other guy was kind of staring, and I didn't notice you say hi to him or anything like that, but he just kept on staring.
I did.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I said, oh, hey, how's it going?
Right.
I was trying to be friendly, and I think he got the point, like, okay, this guy's just some whatever.
Did he say anything back to you?
He kind of smiled. He seemed like he wasn't like worried about me when I did. Like, oh, right. I think what I did worked basically.
Right. Okay.
Like, hey, look, I'm just like a tourist or whatever. And yeah. That's true. That's what he was thinking.
Well, there was no trouble from him, but yeah,
the guy in the white truck, he was there the whole time.
Yeah.
So we went down there and we looked and we saw around the way what might have been the location of Lookout Mountain Laboratory. We still don't know, but it definitely could have been.
It looked very much like it could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're like, hey, go get the camera in the trunk. I was like, okay. So I went up and went back and got the camera, and then we came back down to that spot in the street where you could get the shot of that.
Yeah, that's right. And then we did a bit of filming and
a little bit. I was trying my best not to get any of the residences, so like so I'd shoot like you could only see like the roof of a place.
Yeah, because that area is very, very expensive. There's no doubt inhabited by
high class neighborhood, expensive.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some hotshot producers and screenwriters living up right on that street.
Oh yeah, they're up there, man, for sure.
Yeah. So for that reason, we believe that this, there was a situation. So we pull up, the white van pulls up at the same time.
It's a pickup truck, pickup truck.
Sorry,
yeah, facing the wrong way. Obviously, just checking up on us. Yeah. I could tell immediately. Kind of, got the butterflies in my stomach the whole time we were there. I'm like, okay, this guy, like, I was of the opinion, like, okay, if we just do like stuff where we're obviously not doing anything wrong, it should be okay, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. And we just kept going forward. I filmed some shots of you on camera pointing like, hey, this is probably Lookout Mountain Laboratory. We got some pretty decent footage.
We got some pretty decent footage. We didn't stay for long, though. We were only there for
I was like, come on, we got to get out of here. You were sitting there trying to roll a cigarette. I'm like, no, man, let's get out of here. I'm like dying here. Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
Well, I don't think I had picked up on the white van yet because it was...
Yeah, I didn't even tell you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't bother him. Like, hey, there's a guy over there. Yeah. I didn't do that.
I would have turned around and go, what?
Yeah,
that guy there?
Yeah.
But so we left. We
started driving down the hill, and the guy was facing the opposite way, so he had to drive up and turn around, and he started following us.
And he was right behind us all the way down that
all the way down the hill until we made it out to Laurel Canyon Boulevard.
All the way down to Laurel Canyon Boulevard, yeah. And
at first I was like, this guy's following us, man.
Yeah.
I was nervous.
We turned left to head up towards Mulholland, I think.
Yeah. When we got to Laurel Canyon Boulevard, we turned left to head back up there.
Yeah, that's right. And he turned right down Laurel Canyon.
Yeah, he passed us. So we were in left turn lane. He passed us on the right, and then he turned right, and he was gone.
And he had tinted windows and like an American flag on the thing. And we kind of deduced that this, if anything, this guy was probably some kind of like neighborhood watch guy.
Yeah, he's again. Now I call him neighborhood watch.
Yeah,
because I think that's all it was really.
Yeah,
you never know, but I feel like it's just because those neighborhoods are big on that stuff because, again, fancy neighborhoods are worried about people breaking in, all that.
Yeah, and also, there's undoubtedly, as I said before, like, people in high circles in Hollywood, perhaps even some actors and stuff like that who value their privacy. And so they've probably got people who want to make sure that if anybody's driving up there, and especially if anybody gets out with their cameras, they're not like the paparazzi or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah, they just got to keep tabs. Yeah. And they might employ guys like in that white truck just to do that all day long, even. Yeah. That guy may have been just doing his job.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he does that all day long.
Yeah, maybe he just does the rounds. Yeah.
I would not doubt it, man. Because he just looked like a regular, he looked like a contractor.
Yeah. But I think it could have been the fact that we were sort of, Aaron was driving and I was rolling, just taking, video on my phone.
Yeah.
And so, anybody who looked at us would, be able to see that we were filming. And so...
But again, a lot of tourists do that too.
So
they get a lot of that, I'll bet too.
That's true, but I mean, in terms of the particular location that we went up to, right up these windy roads to the top of the hill. There was no other tourists up there when we went there, and that looked like a sort of maybe a less touristy place than the other places in the vicinity.
Yeah,
and so I think it was maybe a concern of we expect tourists around some streets around here, but there's, why are these guys going up this particular road? There's nothing to indicate there's anything special up here.
Yeah.
The only reason we went up there is because we knew what we were looking for.
Yeah, exactly. Like on Mountain Avenue, there it is.
Yeah,
let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that was crazy. I was on edge, man, but I was happy when we were going back up the hill and the guys going the other way. I'm like, okay, we should be all right now.
Yeah. When he turned right and we turned left, it was all over and it was fine.
Man, I get a little bit nervous just thinking about it. But yeah, neighborhood watch.
Yeah.
That was probably it. What else? Laurel Canyon was interesting. Because I just love driving through that spot.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. It really is. It'd be a lovely place to live if it weren't so damn expensive. Mm-hmm. We saw some of the realty posters down in the store. Remember?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They had them at the country store.
The Canyon, whatever it's called.
Yeah, the Canyon Country Store. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. We got our T-shirts as well.
Yeah, we did buy T-shirts from the Canyon Country Store.
So there's more proof.
Yeah,
we've been there.
That was a cool little spot.
That was a really cool little store. I like the kind of rustic nature of the place.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
I love going through the hills there. It's so fun just to do that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Laurel Canyon. Yeah, everybody just kind of looked at us like, who are these goofballs? I feel like.
Yeah.
We just kind of had that the whole time when we were traveling through LA, just wherever we happened to be.
Yeah, that's right. We that's a weird thing. You're absolutely right about that. We did get, I don't know what it was, but we did seem to get quite a few looks.
I think people picked up on we were a little bit different.
Yeah.
If nothing else, these guys are up to something, but I can't tell what the hell it is.
Yeah.
They got the camera, because I was just towing the camera around, getting shots of stuff like Scientology, Celebrity Center, and just whatever.
Yeah.
Just all different sites we were shooting video of it.
Yeah, I think, maybe that was it. Maybe it was the fact that we were shooting video of stuff that people wouldn't normally shoot video of. People would be like, what the hell is the significance of that?
Because there's always a shoot going on somewhere in LA, multiple ones. Yeah. So that's just typical. People are used to it. But the way we were doing it was a little bit different. What's this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We definitely got some looks when we went to Venice Beach, but I mean, we sort of we got ourselves kitted up for that one.
Yeah.
And I won't spoil it, but that'll be coming out in the video.
Yeah, it wasn't much. I mean, it takes a lot to out crazy the people at Venice Beach.
We gave them a bit of competition, though.
Yeah, just stiff competition. We didn't even go down to the thick of it. That's okay. I'll save that for the next trip.
Yeah, it was crazy enough as it was, though.
I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's worth mentioning on the podcast here that we did during the visit.
We did so many different things.
It was a lot.
I'm just trying to think about whether we should talk about some of the other sort of escapades now, whether we should leave those for the documentary or...
Yeah. Yeah, maybe so. I mean, yeah, this is the most interesting and I guess relevant to themes and memes stuff that we just talked about.
We did a whole lot of other fun stuff as well.
We did.
Yeah, camping in Joshua Tree.
Yeah, we went out to Joshua Tree. That was cool.
That was very, very cool. Apart from when.
Yeah, the Hall of Horrors.
That's right. Should we talk about the Hall of Horrors?
Yeah, well, when you drive through the park, there's the different areas. You know, one's called Jumbo Rocks. There's another, I'm trying to remember the other names, like, you know, they just named the different areas of the park, and one of the names was Hall of Horrors. Like, you know, there's a sign, Hall of Horrors, park here, and it's like, why is it called Hall of Horrors? You know, you stop, it just looks like the rest. It has a big bunch of rocks on the desert, you know?
Yeah, these big rock formations that, you know, everywhere, all around the place, you know? But, yeah, this particular rock formation that we were passing was again called Hall of Horrors, and we couldn't quite figure out what it was. So anyway, we decided to park up, and we got out of the car and got our bags and our water ready to do a little bit of rock climbing on one of these big sort of rock, sort of formations out in the desert. And we did a pretty good job. We climbed up the big boulders to the top of the formation, and had to squeeze through a few nooks and crannies, and I certainly ripped some of my clothing and got some grazes on my skin and stuff like that. But what happened was once we got to the top of the formation, we started to try and find a way back down again, because obviously it was quite difficult getting up, and we had to sort of look at it from multiple angles and multiple routes and stuff like that. But on the way down, I was convinced that I'd found a really, really easy way to get back down, but it just involved a jump from one boulder down to another. So we're talking about a jump of maybe 5-6 feet, and so I sort of went ahead, and Aaron was behind me, and I went and jumped off one boulder onto another and landed smack right on my heel, really, really badly.
Yeah, and you got hurt, but wasn't as bad as we thought it might be, so that was good.
Yeah, it hurt a lot at the time, but I managed to get out of there. Like, I managed to keep climbing down. Well, up. We had to go up again and then down, didn't we? Yeah,
we had to go up. Well, we were mainly going down at that point, so yeah, we made it. And all in one piece, thank goodness. Yeah. But yeah, you're still limping from it, so it wasn't. Yeah. It could have been a little better.
No, that's right. The X-rays showed there was no actual fracture or break or anything, so that was really, really lucky, because we would have been in big trouble.
That would have been horrible.
But yeah, it's quite a bit of soft tissue damage, and so I'm going to be limping for probably another week or two.
But it's been a good trip, but unfortunately I have to get going here, Adam, as I now know. So I guess we'll conclude this show right now.
Yeah, it's a shame, but it's true. Yeah, you've got to go to work, and I've got a plane to catch very shortly.
Yeah,
so.
That's right, man. Yeah. We got things to do. So thank you to the listeners, and be looking for the video that I'm sure we'll make about this. It just depends on how it comes out. Yeah. And yeah, website tmpodcast.com. More movie reviews to come in the future.
Yep, and more video content to come in the future. It may take some time because we've got a lot of stuff to work through, but man, we've got a lot of footage, and so I think we can put together something pretty special. I'm looking forward to it. Right. So thanks once again.
Yeah, it's great to have you here in person, Adam. This has been good.
We'll do it again sometime.
All right.
Take a look in the mirror to find the true answer. What do I know? How should I go? Memes and memes. What do they mean? Why are they here? From whence do they come?
Today's episode of Themes and Memes was recorded on September 29th, 2015.